What a roller coaster of emotions for Celtics Nation, isn't it? From the mountaintop of championship aspirations to the valley of uncertainty, all in the blink of an eye. How are you feeling about this, truly? Are you simmering with frustration, or are you embracing the chaos with a morbid curiosity? Because what I'm about to tell you will either deepen your despair or ignite a flicker of hope in your green and white heart. We interrupt this regularly scheduled programming of championship dreams to bring you a dose of reality mixed with a tantalizing what if. The Boston Celtics, a franchise synonymous with winning, find themselves in an unprecedented predicament. Just when we thought they were poised to dominate the Eastern Conference for years to come with their dynamic duo of Tatum and Brown, a bombshell has dropped that has sent shockwaves through the NBA. Jayson Tatum, the cornerstone of this team, is facing a torn Achilles tendon. Let that sink in for a moment. A torn Achilles, the same injury that has derailed countless careers, forced superstars into agonizingly long recoveries, and left franchises scrambling. This isn't just a bump in the road, this is a seismic shift. Now, imagine you're Brad Stevens, the man at the helm, the orchestrator of this Celtic symphony. One moment you're conducting a masterpiece, the next, your lead violinist is out, and the entire orchestra is threatening to unravel. What do? Do you pack it in? Do you wave the white flag on this season and punt to the future? Or do you get creative, audacious, and perhaps a little bit nostalgic? Because what we're hearing, folks, is that the Celtics might be looking to bring back some familiar faces. Not just any familiar faces, mind you, but two players who, despite their departures, still hold a special place in the hearts of Celtics fans, Marcus Smart and Robert Williams III. Now, before you start scoffing and muttering about rose-tinted glasses, let's dissect this with the precision of a seasoned surgeon. The very notion of bringing back Smart and Williams might, at first blush, seem like a desperate roll of the dice. After all, they were traded away for a reason, weren't they? Injuries have plagued both of them since leaving the TD Garden, preventing them from truly flourishing in their new environments. But here's where the plot thickens and where the financial realities of the NBA, those cold, hard numbers, come crashing into the romantic ideal of a reunion. The Celtics, my friends, are in what's known as the second apron. And for those of you who aren't fluent in the esoteric language of NBA capology, let me translate. It's a financial straitjacket. It means they're spending an exorbitant amount of money, an estimated $262 million in cap allocations, and the penalties for staying in this territory are brutal. They're looking at a monstrous tax bill, and with Tatum sidelined, the immediate return on that investment looks, well, bleak. So, how do you navigate this treacherous financial landscape while simultaneously trying to stay competitive, even in a transition year? You shed salary. You make the tough decisions. And in this particular scenario, the idea of reacquiring Smart and Williams starts to make a twisted, beautiful kind of sense. Think about it. Both Smart and Williams would come with expiring contracts next year. That's a crucial detail, a golden ticket in the world of salary cap management. Bringing them in would significantly alleviate the crushing tax burden for next season, providing much-needed financial flexibility. It's not just about sentimentality, it's about cold, hard cash and strategic maneuvering. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Jayson Tatum. His injury is the undeniable catalyst for this potential franchise reset. Without him, the championship window that seemed so wide open has narrowed considerably. The dream of contending for the next 2 or 3 years with Tatum and Brown leading the charge has, for the moment, evaporated. This isn't just a lost season, it's a recalculation, a forced introspection. Brad Stevens, in consultation with team doctors and financial advisors, has some monumental decisions ahead. Will they truly embrace a transition year, focusing on shedding salary and retooling for the future? Or will they try to walk that impossibly thin line of remaining competitive while also financially responsible? And this is where the potential return of Smart and Williams becomes even more fascinating. If the Celtics can secure a disabled player exception for Tatum's injury, a big if, but a possibility nonetheless, It opens up even more avenues for these types of moves. It would allow them to acquire players without having to send out equivalent salary, further helping them navigate the cap intricacies. Remember Marcus Smart, the heart and soul of those gritty Celtics teams? The defensive stalwart who would dive for every loose ball, scream at officials, and occasionally launch a questionable three-pointer that would either make you tear your hair out or leap with joy. And Robert Williams III, Time Lord, the enigmatic big man whose gravity-defying blocks and thunderous dunks electrified the Garden Faithful, but whose body seemed to be held together by duct tape and prayers. Their returns would not be about reclaiming past glory, at least not in the immediate sense. It would be about pragmatism. It would be about acquiring valuable, albeit injury-prone, players on expiring deals who could potentially contribute in a limited capacity, while more importantly, helping the team shed long-term salary. It's a calculated gamble, a high-stakes poker game where the chips are future flexibility and the ability to eventually re-enter the championship conversation. This isn't the story we expected to be telling. We thought we'd be discussing playoff matchups, championship parades, and dynasty aspirations. Instead, we're talking about salary dumps, disabled player exceptions, and the agonizing uncertainty of a superstar's recovery. But this, my friends, is the brutal beauty of professional sports. It's unpredictable, unforgiving, and constantly evolving. And the Celtics, like a phoenix, might just be preparing for a painful but necessary transformation. So, Celtics Nation, how do you feel about this potential reunion? Is it a desperate plea to the past or a shrewd move for the future? Do you believe Smart and Williams can rediscover their form in Boston, even in a different role? Or is this just a painful reminder of what could have been? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to stay on top of every twist and turn in this Celtics saga, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. You won't want to miss what happens next.